Today we are going to discuss about transistor biasing. What do you mean by biasing? Biasing means you have to provide any external voltage to the circuit of the transistor. Biasing in general, providing in simple means biasing is to supply power to the circuit. Transistor biasing means you have to provide DC voltages to the transistor. In order to operate transistor in the desired region, we have to apply external DC voltages of correct polarity and magnitude to the two junctions of the transistor. This is called biasing. Because DC voltages are used to bias the transistor, biasing is known as DC biasing of the transistor. When we bias a transistor, we establish a certain current and voltage condition for the transistor. These conditions are known as operating conditions or DC operating point, or in symbol Q point, quiescent point. The operating point must be stable for proper operation of the transistor. So, when the transistor operates, the Q point should be fixed. It should not vary depending upon the variations in temperature, current gain, or any parameter. As transistor parameters are temperature dependent, the operating point also varies with the changes in temperature. Biasing, the need for biasing is to fix the operating point or stabilize the operating point. A transistor can be biased either emitter based junction and collector based junction, either reverse or forward biased. Depending upon the biasing condition, region of operations are classified into four. In the active region, both emitter based junction and collector emitter based junction is forward biased and collector based junction should be reverse biased. During cutoff operation, emitter base junction should be reverse biased and collector base junction should be, both junctions are reverse biased means the transistor is fully off condition. Both junctions are forward biased means the transistor is in the on condition. In our syllabus, we have to study biasing, need for biasing, operating point concept, that is the Q point concept, concept of DC total line. In our syllabus, the two biasing techniques are incorporated, the analysis of fixed bias and voltage divider biasing. Biasing, we already discussed that biasing of BJT, the bipolar junction transistor, is the process of applying external voltage to it. In order to use the BJT for any application, the certain examples are, in the case of amplifier, amplification means to increase the voltage or power level of an electrical signal. So transistor can be used as an amplifier. Transistor can be used as an oscillator circuit. Also, the transistor act as a switch. Depending upon our application, the two junctions, that is the emitter base and collector base junction of the transistor, should be properly biased according to the required application. We know that the symbol of the transistor is base lead, collector lead, and the emitter lead is drawn using the arrowhead. This is the symbol NPN transistor. If we are using PNP transistor, the symbol becomes base lead, collector lead, and the emitter lead arrowhead is inside the, this is the configuration of PNP transistor. For any transistor means it is a 3-terminal 2-junction device. The 3 terminals are emitter, base, and collector. And P, N, P, N, P. This is the emitter lead. Middle one is the base lead. And the third one is the collector lead. Emitter, base, and collector. In order to operate, this is a 3-terminal 2-junction device. This is the one junction and this is another PN junction. Transistor can be operated by applying the emitter base junction. Biasing means applying the potential to the emitter base junction. If we are applied the polarity as positive, negative to positive, this becomes the emitter base junction is reverse biased, and the same in the if we are applying the battery terminal as negative terminal is connected to positive cell of the battery and positive base lead is connected to negative. This arrangement of battery arrangement is called as reverse biased condition. So biasing means we are applying the external voltage to the transistor terminal. Under applying the external voltage, we can have maximum possibilities as either the emitter base junction is forward biased and collector base both junction forward biased, or both junction reverse biased, or one junction forward biased, reverse biased, and the reverse biased and forward biased. Like that we can get 4 mode of operation. That is, cutoff mode means both junctions are reverse biased. Saturation mode means emitter base and collector base junctions are forward biased. Active mode means, or linear region means, this is the region of operation where the transistor can act as a amplifier. In the active mode, that is the linear region, emitter base junction is forward biased and collector base junction should be reverse biased. And in case of inverse mode, emitter base junction is reverse biased. This is the opposite of the linear region or active mode. Emitter base junction is reverse biased and collector base junction is forward biased. Why you have to bias the transistor? ട്രാൻസിസ്റ്റർ ബയസ് ചെയ്യുന്നതിൻ്റെ ആവശ്യം എന്ന് പറയുന്നത് എന്താണ്? Purpose of DC biasing of a transistor is to obtain a DC collector current at a certain DC collector voltage. Before going to the need for biasing, we can have a look on to the transistor characteristics. We know that transistor can be operated in 3 modes, that is common emitter mode, common base mode, common collector mode. Common emitter, that is CE mode, common base, that is CB mode, and common collector, that is CC mode. Common emitter means input and output with reference to emitter lead is input and output is measured. That is the common emitter configuration. Emitter terminal is common to both input side and output side. In the case of common base lead is common to input and output side. In the case of common collector collector lead is common to input as well as in the output side. Here in the common emitter mode, the output is taken at the collector point. That is, the output current is expressed as IC, and the input lead, base lead, the current is expressed as IB, and the common point is emitter lead. So the current gain in the common emitter mode is expressed by beta equal to IC divided by IB, or we can write it as output current IC equal to beta times IB in the case of common emitter configuration. What will the current gain in common base? Common base current gain is expressed by the parameter alpha. Here the output side is output lead is emitter lead. So the output current is IE and the input lead is in the common base is common to both input and output. Input lead is collector. So the current gain IC in the case of common base becomes alpha is the representation IE by IC. In the case of common collector, output is taken across the emitter lead. So the current gain in common collector is represented by gamma equal to IE divided by, this is the input lead, base current is equal to IB. This is the current gain in 3 configuration. Common emitter means emitter lead is common to both input and output. Common base means input base lead is common to both input and output. Common collector means collector lead is common to both input and output. Current gain in 3 configuration is common emitter beta equal to IC by IB. In the case of common base, alpha equal to IE by IC. In the case of common collector, gamma is equal to IE by IB. In our syllabus, we are going to study about the detailed explanation on common emitter configuration. We have to bias the transistor to operate in the linear region. What is the condition? Emitter base junction should be forward biased, and forward biased means positive is connected to positive polarity of the battery and negative is grounded, and the emitter base junction should be forward biased and collector base junction should be reverse biased. Negative is connected to positive and positive is the base lead is connected to negative terminal of the battery. We have to connect the load resistor at the output side. This is the common emitter configuration of the transistor. This lead. Emitter lead, emitter, output lead is collector, input lead is base lead. Here we can study the characteristics of transistor. What do you mean by the input characteristics? Input characteristics is the transistor can be divided into two, input chara and output chara. Input characteristics is the input voltage versus input current, input voltage input current relationship. At the same time output voltage constant. That is the input chara. Output characteristics is the, in general, depending upon the configuration, input voltage and input current relationship will vary. In general, output characteristics is the relationship between the output voltage versus output current. At the same time, which parameter should be kept constant? Input current. Input current should be kept constant. So in the case of common emitter configuration, input voltage is which one? Base to emitter voltage. Input current is base current IB. Output voltage is collector to emitter voltage, that is VCE. And the output current is IC. So input chara means input voltage versus input current, VBE IB relationship, at the same time VCE constant. So the input characteristics of common emitter transistor will look like this. This is similar to our diode chara. VBE along x-axis and IB along y-axis. Similarly, we can draw the output characteristics of common emitter. Here the output voltage is VCE. So in the x-axis we can draw the VCE and the output current is IC. At constant different values of base current, input current constant. This is the output characteristics of common emitter configuration. Next, we have to study the why we are biasing the circuit. The purpose of DC biasing of a transistor is to obtain a DC collector current at a certain DC collector voltage. These values of current and voltage are expressed by the term operating point or Q point. To make the obtained operating point, we can use the circuit, that is the biasing circuit. When fixing the Q point, we have to provide proper DC condition so that the specific function of the circuit can be achieved. Transistor biasing, we can classify it according to the DC conditions applied. That is the both junctions reverse biased means cut off, emitter based junction forward biased, and collector based junction reverse biased means active. Both junctions are forward biased means saturation mode. in our syllabus we have to study these two topics, that is biasing using single power supply, that is fixed bias, and second circuit we have to study the voltage divider bias or potential divider bias. This already we discussed. Transistor region of operation. Transistor can act as a amplifier in linear region. In that case, emitter base junction is forward biased and collector base junction should be reverse biased. Next, we have to study the concept of load line. This is the characteristics of common emitter amplifier that we already discussed. The collector to VCE voltage is along x-axis and output current IC along y-axis. This is the output characteristics of common emitter configuration. In any graphical analysis of nonlinear electronic circuit, a load line is a line drawn on the output characteristics curve, that is the current versus voltage curve in a nonlinear device like diode or transistor. When a value for maximum possible current is considered, that point will be present on the y-axis, which is nothing but the saturation point. And when the maximum value of the emitter voltage is considered, that point will be expressed on the x-axis, which is the cutoff point. In the transistor load line concept എന്ന് പറയുന്നത് ട്രാൻസിസ്റ്ററിന്റെ ക്യാരക്ടറിസ്റ്റിക്സ് കേർവിൽ VC/IC കേർവാണ് ഔട്ട്പുട്ട് ക്യാരക്ടറിസ്റ്റിക്സ് കേർവ്. അതിൽ IC കറണ്ട് 0 മാക്സിമം വോൾട്ടേജ് എത്രയാണോ ദാറ്റ് ഈസ് ദ കട്ട് ഓഫ് പോയിന്റ്, ദാറ്റ് ഈസ് മാർക്ക്ഡ് ആസ് B in the graph. Maximum current point, that is the saturation point, that is marked as A in the graph. When a line joining the saturation point and cutoff point, this line is called load line. Any point on the load line is called as a operating point or a quiescent point. If you are joining the maximum current point and maximum voltage point, we get the load line. Load line ഏതെങ്കിലും ഒരു കോർഡിനേറ്റ് സിസ്റ്റം ഏത് പോയിന്റിനെയും നമുക്ക് എന്ത് റെപ്രസെന്റ് ചെയ്യാം? ക്യൂ പോയിന്റ് ഓർ ക്വസന്റ് പോയിന്റ്. നമ്മുടെ അപ്ലിക്കേഷൻസിനനുസരിച്ച് ക്യൂ പോയിന്റ് ഫിക്സ് ചെയ്യാൻ വേണ്ടിയിട്ടാണ് ബേസിക്കലി എന്ത് യൂസ് ചെയ്യുന്നത്? ബയസിങ് സർക്യൂട്ട് യൂസ് ചെയ്യുന്നത്. ആംപ്ലിഫിക്കേഷൻ ഓപ്പറേഷൻ പെർഫോം ചെയ്യണമെങ്കിൽ ക്യൂ പോയിന്റ് ഷുഡ് ബി മിഡിൽ ഓഫ് ദ ലോഡ് ലൈൻ. What do you mean by load line എന്നുള്ള concept we already discussed. Line joining the maximum extremity ആണ് current, that is IC and voltage VCE maxന്റെ extreme points join ചെയ്ത ലൈനെയാണ് we call it as load line. Consider the common emitter circuit that already discussed. The emitter here NPN transistor is used. The emitter base junction is forward biased by the voltage VBB and the collector base junction is reverse biased by the voltage VCC. We can apply Kirchhoff voltage law to the collector circuit. What will get? VCC minus ICRC minus VCE equal to 0. Or we can say VCC equal to total voltage applied is equal to total voltage around the, or KVL. What do you mean by KVL? Kirchhoff voltage law. Total voltage around the loop should be equal to 0. Here the applied voltage is VCC, that will drop across resistor some voltage, and collector to emitter terminal also some potential drop occurs. So from equation 1 we can write it as VCC equal to ICRC plus VCE, where ICRC is the voltage drop across RC. From equation 1 we can represent the expression for collector current IC equal to VCC minus VCE by RC. While comparing the equation 2, we can represent two unknowns. Q point concept already we discussed. This is the equation we observed, VCC equal to ICRC plus VC. To determine operating point concept also, the coordinate of IC and VC is called Q point or operating point. Here in the equation 1, we had to determine IC and VC. One single equation, two unknowns find out difficult. Hence we convert equation 1 into a graph and superimpose it on the output characteristics as shown in above figure. Maximum extremity in this equation, VC maximum VC find out what we are doing the approach IC 0 ആക്കും. അതേപോലെ maximum IC obtain ചെയ്യാൻ VC എന്ത് ചെയ്യുന്നു? VC equal to 0. ഇപ്പോൾ രണ്ട് എക്സ്ട്രീമിറ്റി ഗ്രാഫിൽ രണ്ട് എക്സ്ട്രീമിറ്റി അപ്രോച്ചാണ് യൂസ് ചെയ്യുന്നത്. VC IC 0 ആകുമ്പോൾ കിട്ടുന്ന മാക്സിമം VC വോൾട്ടേജ് എത്രയാണെന്ന് this axis IC 0 means y-axis IC 0 we will get maximum VC voltage. In the same scenario, when VC equal to 0, originally maximum current എത്രയാണ് കിട്ടുന്നത് ആ അപ്രോച്ച് ആണ് നമ്മളിവിടെ അഡോപ്റ്റ് ചെയ്യുന്നത്. സ്ട്രേറ്റ് ലൈനിൻ്റെ ഈക്വേഷൻ യൂസ് ചെയ്ത് രണ്ട് അൺനോൺസ് ഈ ഒരു സിംഗിൾ ഈക്വേഷനിൽ നിന്ന് ഫൈൻഡ് ഔട്ട് ചെയ്യുന്നതിന് പകരം സ്ട്രേറ്റ് ലൈനിൻ്റെ സ്ലോപ്പ് വെച്ചിട്ടാണ് നമ്മളിവിടെ ഈക്വേഷൻ റെപ്രസെൻ്റ് ചെയ്യുന്നത്. ഇതിൽ സ്ലോപ്പ് എന്ന് പറയുന്നത് -1/RC ആണ്. y ഇൻ്റർസെപ്റ്റ് എന്ന് പറയുന്നത് VCC/RC ആണ്. അപ്പം IC ഈക്വൽ ടു 0, ഒറിജിനൽ IC ഈക്വൽ ടു 0 ആണെങ്കിൽ we will get maximum VC. That we can represent it as a point A. Likewise, when VC equal to 0, we get IC equal to VCC/RC. That we can represent as a point B on the graph. അങ്ങനെ ഈക്വേഷൻ 1 and 2 സോൾവ് ചെയ്തിട്ട് നമുക്ക് ഈ 2 പോയിന്റ്സ് എക്സ്ട്രീം പോയിന്റ്സ് കിട്ടി. അത് ജോയിൻ ചെയ്യുന്ന സ്ട്രേറ്റ് ലൈനെയാണ് ബേസിക്കലി നമ്മൾ എന്ത് വിളിക്കുന്നത്? ലോഡ് ലൈൻ എന്ന് വിളിക്കുന്നത്. Thus we can fix each point of this load line as Q point. ഇതിൽ എല്ലാ പോയിന്റ്സിനെയും നമുക്ക് എന്ത് വിളിക്കാം? Q points എന്ന് വിളിക്കാം. അപ്പോൾ നമ്മുടെ റിക്വയർമെന്റ്, ഗെയിൻ റിക്വയർമെന്റ്, ലോഡ് റിക്വയർമെന്റിന് അനുസരിച്ചിട്ടാണ് we are fixing the Q point. Once the Q point is designed and fixed, it should remain constant irrespective of internal or external variation. A biasing circuit provided once you are setting the Q point, it should not be altered at any case. Any variation in Q point may cause the transistor to deviate from its desired region of operation. റെസ്പോൺസിബിൾ ഫോർ ക്യൂ പോയിന്റ് ഷിഫ്റ്റ് ചെയ്യാനുള്ള 1-2 റീസൺ എന്ന് പറയുന്നത്, ഒന്ന് ടെമ്പറേച്ചർ ആണ്, രണ്ടാമത്തത് ഫ്ലക്ച്വേഷൻ ഇൻ പവർ സപ്ലൈ ആണ്, മൂന്നാമത്തത് ഏജിങ് ഓഫ് കോമ്പണൻ്റ് ആണ്. അപ്പം ബയാസിങ്ങിൻ്റെ മെയിൻ എസൻസ് എന്ന് പറയുന്നത് എന്താണ്? ഡിസൈഡ് ക്യൂ പോയിന്റ് ഫിക്സ് ചെയ്യുക, അതിൻ്റെ കൂടെ സ്റ്റെബിലൈസ് ഇറ്റ് അഗെയിൻസ്റ്റ് എനി വേരിയേഷൻ, ടെമ്പറേച്ചർ കൊണ്ടും ഏജിങ് കൊണ്ടും അതേപോലെ ഫ്ലക്ച്വേഷൻ ഇൻ പവർ സപ്ലൈ കൊണ്ടൊക്കെ ക്യൂ പോയിന്റ് വേരി ചെയ്യാനുള്ള പോസിബിലിറ്റി ഉണ്ട്. അപ്പോൾ ഇൻ എനി കേസ് വൺസ് ക്യൂ പോയിന്റ് DC ബയസിങ് പ്രൊവൈഡ് ചെയ്ത് ക്യൂ പോയിന്റ് ഫിക്സ് ചെയ്ത് കഴിഞ്ഞാൽ നമ്മുടെ സർക്യൂട്ടിൽ എന്ത് പ്രോബ്ലം വന്നു കഴിഞ്ഞാലും, ഈവൻ ട്രാൻസിസ്റ്റർ റീപ്ലേസ് ചെയ്ത് കഴിഞ്ഞാലും ഓപ്പറേറ്റിംഗ് പോയിന്റ് ഷുഡ് ബി ഫിക്സഡ്. ഇനി നമ്മുടെ യൂണിവേഴ്സിറ്റി എക്സാമിലൊക്കെ ഇമ്പോർട്ടൻ്റ് ആയിട്ട് ചോദിച്ചൊരു കൺസെപ്റ്റാണ് വാട്ട് യു മീൻ ബൈ തെർമൽ റണ്ണവേ. തെർമൽ റണ്ണവേ is the process of leakage current of, that is ICBO or ICO. In sub textbook, ICO is the representation for leakage current, is extremely temperature dependent and it doubles for every 10-degree rise in temperature. So we already know the expression for collector current IC equal to beta IB plus beta plus 1 ICBO. When temperature increases, the leakage current increases. When the leakage current increases, the equation IC is equal to beta AB plus beta plus 1 ICBO. When leakage current increases, definitely IC will increase. Then collector power dissipation will increase. Again, the temperature again increase. This is the cumulative process and may lead to eventually destruction of the transistor. This phenomena is known as thermal runaway. When the leakage current increases, the collector current increases. When the collector current increases, collector power dissipation will also increase. Then the overall temperature of the transistor increases. This process is called thermal runaway. What do you mean by thermal stability? To evaluate the performance of different biasing circuits, stabilization factors are defined. But change in temperature causes leakage current, base to emitter potential, and current gain of the transistor to vary. Thus, collector current, if any of these parameters are varied, means definitely collector current will also vary. The variation in collector current with variation in these transistor parameters are expressed by different stabilization factors. That is the stability, the basic equation for collector current. We already know that IC equal to beta IB plus beta plus 1 ICO. Beta leakage current and VB are affected by temperature. That already we are discussed. The variation in collector current with variation in the above any three parameters are expressed by different stabilization factor. First one is the stability factor S or S1. That is the variation of collector current with leakage current is called as the stability factor S. And the variation of collector current with base to emitter potential is called stability factor S dash. Definitely what will be the stability factor S double dash? Variation of collector current with the current gain beta. These stability factors, when we are calculating the stability factor S, at the same time other two parameters should be kept constant. VBE and beta should be kept constant. Load line concept we already studied. Operating point is the point on the load line. If the Q point is kept at the middle of the active region, means we get faithful amplification. When the Q point is located near saturation point, means positive side. When we are applying an input signal, the output will clip at the positive half cycle. Portion of the signal will be clipped out. When the Q point is placed near the cutoff, means negative peak of the signal will be distorted or clipped out. If the signal amplitude you are applying is too high, means it doesn't get faithful amplification. Positive as well as negative peak of the output signal will lost. So for faithful amplification, the Q point should be located at the middle of the load line in order to get a proper amplification. Otherwise, if we are shifting near to saturation or cutoff, or we are applying very high voltage at the input side, means the signal will lost.